Okay. So, I know this week I was supposed to be playing Erica as a review, but due to other plans, I won't be able to film tomorrow. So I decided to do a run of making a character semi-OP in the first 90 minutes of the game. Pretty much, you're going to have +4 everything by the time you go fight Margette. That's my plan. I've now done this with the Prisoner, the Samurai, and Astrologer. And I think of the three, the best one to use for this is actually the Prisoner. They all have their advantages. Astrologer and Prisoner is pretty much the same. The only difference is which spell you prefer between the blade and the pebble. The advantage that the Samurai has is having a bleed weapon right away. The other two, you have to find a bleed weapon to use. But the Samurai has more like stat dependencies when you're leveling, which makes it so you can't level Vigor at all. So Prisoner's more balanced. As I go along, I'll try to explain everything that I'm doing. So we're just going to start as a Prisoner. I'm just going to call this guy +4. That's it. For the keepsake, we are going to take the golden seed. We are going to collect 5 seeds in the course of running this, which will make it so that we're able to get 4 flasks. So that's another part of the +4. And yeah, I'm going to start now. I'm going to be skipping all the cutscenes. I will grab some things that may be necessary later, but for the most part I'll be skipping all, or I should say I shouldn't be skipping. I'm going to try to skip all unnecessary items, as sometimes it's hard to break a habit of just picking up every item you see. And there will be a lot of necessary dying, and hopefully not too much unnecessary dying. I'm not going to do the tutorial area. Again, if you want, pretty much this is just where to get the items necessary to get it up to that level. If you want to explore, continue on doing your own thing, that's fine. You could also do this and then go back and explore as well. I'll also be trying to touch as many graces as I can along the way, just to make sure we have teleportation points. Although a lot of them we don't need, still grab them along the way. Also not going to talk to many people either. There is some people we need to talk to be able to do like spirit tuning and stuff like that. a lot of the runes that I pick up along the way, you don't need to grab them. You should get enough experience from what we kill, as long as you use the experience one, you should, if that makes sense. The biggest obstacle I had was there's one boss that we kill, and then immediately after there's a place where we need to die. And so I had to like change some things around to maximize using those runes, instead of, you know, losing like 3,000, 4,000 runes. Oh, and even though I've done this route like 3 times in like the past 24 hours, I am going to be slightly changing it this time for something I found that's faster and also lets us grab an extra seed along the way. And we will rest here to get the cutscene and to get Torrent.
Have you heard Asa? But I can play turning root to 80. You need to the foot. Then it's settled. Summon me. I bequeath. It will Torrent. Treat him with.
Although we'll be avoiding most combat, there is like 3 bosses we're going to take down before we get to Margit, just because we need items from them. If I'm not talking, I apologize. Just focusing. I'm kind of racing myself too. The fastest I've done this is like 1 hour and 19. That's with a couple deaths, so. So right here, we're going to take a detour to the grace that's immediately past Stormvale. What's going to happen is this is going to trigger a couple things at Round Table Hold, as well as the ability to go to Round Table Hold. Lets us get the summoning bell, as well as be able to do the dialogue between Rodrika and Hugh, so that she can do spirit tuning. So we're going to get a legendary Ash and level it to 4 before we get there. Super focused. I'm crab clawing the controller. Can you hear me breathing? That's good. I'm okay with people hearing me breathing, and I'll be able to tell when it's a tense moment. Do we have any runes? We have no runes. I'm trying to think here. We do need to come back, so we can do that after. Oh, I don't need runes. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm confusing myself. I literally just need to jump into this place. I don't need to talk to this guy. So we're going to go back to Stormhill, and then from Stormhill we're going to run to Summonwater Village, and then make a turn into the Third Church of America. You see this like little dirt path here, you can follow that. I'll take you right there. There is the War Master shack over there, but I'm not going to take the detour to get that grace. There's another grace just after this camp that we can use, just before Summonwater Village. There is some pretty tense moments too. We do have to run past a few bosses. There's a chance we're going to get to one spot where there's a boss hanging out, like a nighttime boss. And we'll have to run past him too. If you're worried about any of that though, you can just switch it to daytime at any of the graces we pass by. So the only reason why we're coming to Summonwater is for there is a talisman in the ruins there with the turtles. It's a pretty good talisman to have in the beginning, and that's also why we grabbed the stone sword key there at the shack. I'm gonna go buy these little gravestones to collect these golden runes, and this is more just in case we miss. Yeah, when we're leveling up or whatever. You can also grab this here too. I'm not going to use it, but it's a really good Ash of War if you're fighting skeletons. It makes it so you do holy damage, and that way you don't have to double tap the skeletons. There is one catacombs we're going to go through that is a skeletal catacombs, but I'm planning on just running through there without fighting anything except the boss. So normally I don't go this way. I skip this part entirely, but because I want to make sure we get the 4 extra flasks. Yeah, this is the way. We're going to head into the Mistwood, and then end up at Fort Height to get another golden seed. Going through the Mistwood lets us also grab more tears for the flask of wondrous physic. noise. Yes, this is the way we want to go. Now there is Grace just right there. We're not going to grab it though. Just going to grab this seed and then teleport to the next location. I didn't grab the map and the runes. I guess I'm going to grab the map quickly. Usually I grab this from this Grace to the next one. I don't really need it. It's just easier to point out landmarks when you're running through this area. Oh, come on. Ooh. There we go. Alright, there's 2 items we want to grab, and then we're going to head down to the Weeping Peninsula, and there we're just going to grab... We're gonna hit 1 Catacombs and grab a Grace, and then we're gonna start doing Caelid stuff. And because it's nighttime, we're gonna see the boss on the bridge. Hopefully we can pass by him without him hitting us at all. So you want to grab that Somber Smithing Stone. That's one of the very important items to grab in this run. Also up here, there is a gold pickle foulfoot, which we'll need right away too. Then yeah, we'll head down to the Weeping Isle. A lot of this is just going to be running around, collecting stuff. Even a lot of the catacombs and dungeons and stuff we go to, we won't actually be doing anything but rushing through them or grabbing an item and then either using the... I can't remember what it's called, something Grace, to teleport out or just die. This one bridge here, the Bridge of Sacrifice, is my arch nemesis. But half the time I'm trying to cross this thing, I get hit by some bullshit and then I die. Hopefully. This time I won't. Oh, good. Grab this Grace too. Yes, we also need to pick up the Morning Star over here. It'll still be night, look. It's the other Night Cavalry. It's gonna rest at this one.
Forgive me. To determine if you have... It seems torrent, whereas I may... There is, but I can take gathering plate. Very well, not my hand.
Guess I'll come back for this one. Catacomb, since I gotta come back to this spot anyways. Just triple up. While we're here at round table hold, we don't have those. Should have. There, that's all we need. We actually only need 100. Just gonna buy the summoning bell. And we're gonna teleport back to the Third Church of America. Leave. This way. This way. Take this hidden portal. Takes us to the east side of Caelid. And say yes. Don't say no. Alright. Just for the purpose of you could die running down this hill, you should grab the grace that's inside the sanctum. If you take this path that I'm taking, you should be able to avoid most of the enemies. We will grab this seed. It's kind of just to the left of the main path and you should be fine. Now we're going to try to run past this dragon. I've done this like 6 or 7 times, and not once has he hit me. So we should be fine. I'm always tense though. Never at ease going past that part. Right on. There is a boss over here that you can also aggro. If you kind of stay to the right, you should be fine. That is a good question. Everything seems to be going fine right now. I haven't had any mishaps, but I am taking a different route than I've been practicing. Just to try to make sure everything is +4. Pass all these sleepy dragons. Shouldn't aggro any of them. The big guy might scream at you a bit. I usually just rest here, just to get rid of whatever debuff that is, and then we want to put on the Morning Star. Now it says that we can't use it efficiently, but if we do wield it, we can. Now we don't have to worry about leveling up stats super early. You should also put the gold pickle foul feet on your bar too, and when he's close to dead, you want to pop that, just to maximize the amount of experience you get. And we're going to beat the crap out of this dragon's leg. The reason why I want the Morning Star is for the bleed effect, because the bleed effect will do like 13,000 damage when it goes off, as opposed to my measly 35 I'm doing per hit. There, see? There you go. You can see it right there in the middle of the screen. 13,000. When we do level up, I will point out like the stat priorities that we need to be able to use, the gear that I'm going for, and also explain why I feel the prisoner is the best to do this. If you happen to miss the stat priorities or you don't get enough levels from this, you can use some of the runes, and that one hill just below the Bestial Sanctum is also a very good grinding spot. It does take a bit to do this, but you get just under 100,000 experience after you take out this dragon, so I would say it's worth. Sure, you can hear my furious button spamming. Does this technically count as a boss? I wonder. Yeah, it is quite the epic battle. It's very engaging, enthralling. Just wait, some of the boss battles here, they get extremely epic. They're gonna blow your mind away. So when he's about this low, I like to do about 10, 15 more hits, and then pop the Fickle Foul Foot, just to make sure that it's there, in case I accidentally kill him with the bleed. Alright. What I've been finding lately is that I will bleed him one more time, and it will just be under enough of actually killing him. See. He's got a small smidgen. He's so mad. I don't know if you can hear him yelling on your end. We're almost there. I think I might actually kill him before he bleeds again. Maybe. I did 3 since yesterday evening. Oh, there, yeah, he's dead. Now, I know I could just run away and go level up. I don't know why, but I feel like making sure you get the runes first is the way to go. Yeah, so you get about 96,000. So we're going to go back to this Grace, because if we run through Caelid here and then die, we're going to be very sad to lose those 96,000 runes. Alright, so things we want to make sure of when we're leveling up here is we need intelligence to be at 23, dexterity needs to be 18, strength needs to be 12, and then our mind needs to be 21, but it's actually our FP needs to be greater than 104, which is about 21. And then the rest of whatever we have, we can put into vigor. The reason why I like using the prisoner or the astrologer over the samurai is because the samurai needs all of the points that we get now to meet these requirements and doesn't get to put anything extra and bigger. Whereas because of the high mind and high intelligence of the astrologer, you don't need that, so you can get extra vigor. And the same thing with this one, high intelligence and high dexterity. Makes it so that you don't need to put so many points in other stats and you get to have some extra vigor. Yeah, just like that, we're level 35. Alright. So the next place we're going to go is just down here. It's the Church of the Plague. I think we can see it as soon as we come up here. There is a sprint spring we get to jump down. And then after the Church of the Plague, it's actually a new section that I just came up with like 15 minutes before I started this stream. And it lets me grab an extra seed, as well as it's actually faster to get to the next part. When you're coming up to the Church of the Plague, don't go in the front. I've never fallen down there before, but anyways, yeah. Always coming from the side. There's two of those like weird insect guys that spray you with webs, and it hurts, and it rarely misses, and it sucks, and it's not fun, and all those good things. Okay. So now we get to check out this, which I've never done before in a run. I have just barely tested it. Well, the only thing I know is there are magic balls that are going to appear out of nowhere and try to kill you. And you need to avoid them. I find going on the right seems to work for them not to hit you. I'm going to jump down here. And then you're going to jump over here, get your seed, and then jump down here. And jump down here. And if you just follow the shoreline for a bit, you're going to come across this place called the Ruins of Sages, or Streets of Sages, or something like that. And that's the ruins where we're going to get our next two items. The way I was doing this before was actually running on the far west, or what's that, north side of this swamp. And Street of Sages Ruins. Oh, that was pretty close. Where do I want to go here? I think it's over here. Yeah. What we're grabbing here, we're grabbing the Meteorite Staff, which is one of the strongest early game staffs, if not the strongest early game staff. And we're also grabbing a nice spell to go along with it. And once we get the spell, once we get the spell, we're mostly done with Caelid for now. So we're going to teleport back to the Weeping Peninsula, to this Castle Morn Rampart. Alright, I guess we'll go do this first. This is the only thing that makes us have to backtrack. Now we can do this earlier. It'll probably hurt less, because this is one of the ones where we're going to teleport out and lose all of our runes. We're sitting on, what, like 5,000 runes right now? If you do it earlier, though, you don't have to lose those runes. Basically, you have no runes. you come here. The only thing we're coming here for is Ghost Glowwort 2. I think there's like 5 enemies that we have to fight. Wrong weapon. Oh, actually we can just keep using this. I forgot I already leveled up my strength. So there's going to be a guy right here on this ledge. Right, and there's going to be another guy that comes up the side here. Somewhere. What? I'm scared. You didn't come. Okay then. I'm just gonna keep walking. There we go. Usually takes about 3 to get them. There's 2 more guys in here, I think. There's one more guy. Somewhere. There he is. There we go. You can grab the other clove warts and stuff too, if you want. This is pretty much the end of this dungeon for us. So the only thing we came for is this right here. Once we have it, we can use that golden grace to return to our last site of grace. And actually, if you don't grab this grace, it's actually faster. Because it'll teleport you back to this one, which is where we need to go. It's a note for next time. The only thing is it's risky, because if you die, you're screwed. I'm just going to do this now. That's 2, 3. We got one more that we have to grab. 1, 2, 3. I think we have one more that we need to grab with the seeds too. I also need to allocate because I like to have more magic than health. Check my inventory real quick. Yes. Right. Cool. We're actually going to grab the last seed right now and the last tier right now as well. There's a guy down there shooting big arrows at you, a giant or whatever. He has hit me once since I started doing this, and it scared the crap out of me. But generally he misses, as long as you keep moving. Yep. And while you're down here, if you want, you can grab the map as well. I feel so popular. But really, it's just work. So I actually have 2 choices here. You could grab this one, which there's a chance you can get snagged by a giant rat. There's another one where you won't get snagged, but it's kind of out of the way. See that nice duking? Actually sounds like I pooped on. Deking? Is that what it's called? Oh. Something shot me. That's new. I'm confused as to where I'm at right now. Oh, there's the bridge. That's what I was looking for. You see this pillar here, you can kind of jump. And then you want to turn, do a nice 180, and we're going to cross this bridge. Now this is the most important place that we're going to now. Up this hill there's another church too. You can go there, that's where you get your like 5th tier if you want, or if you don't want to do that church or any of the churches you can skip it and get that one. That one's a pretty easy one to get. We're actually going to go here though. Oh, actually we should do up the flask too. While we're here, we'll be changing that as soon as we're done with the next boss. Now, there's a lot of skeletons in this place. I have no intention on fighting any of them. You can fight them if you want. It will make the dungeon a little bit easier. There is something we actually need to grab here too. They don't forget. Is that it? Don't think that's it. That's not it. Hopefully I didn't forget to grab it. Awkward if I have to run back. I didn't grab it. What's this? Oop. Must be this one here. There it is. Yeah, don't forget to grab it. Okay. Go straight into the boss room. And this is where you're going to see some shenanigans. As soon as you walk in, you're literally just going to lock on and then cast your spell 3 times. Uh-oh. Why did it do so much damage? Oh, I'm not using the right staff. Oops. Make sure you equip your staff that you picked up, eh? This guy can be a real pain in the ass. Alright, easy. Holy crap. Let's not forget to equip the amazing, awesome staff we just got. Nobody saw nothing. Can't prove it happened. If you actually have the meteorite staff on, when you walk in that room, you only need to cast Rock Sling 3 times, and it will completely annihilate him. Yeah, now we're just gonna go up here. I can take this guy on real quick. Yeah, I know, right? Good thing I was only confused and realized what happened like halfway through the fight, right? Okay. I didn't hit up the Grace before coming here, so hopefully I can pull this off without dying. Alright. Honestly, kind of just to dodge him, wait till he attacks your guy, and then you start casting again. Boom. Oh. Now we get to do all the fun stuff. The reason why we fought that guy is to get the Opaline Bubble Tier. In my opinion, it is one of the best tiers to get for the Flask. It basically makes you immune to most major kill attacks, and you're going to want to use it for a few of the fights along the way just to give you that extra invulnerability. And I died. Cool. Ugh. It's okay. It happens every single time I come here. For a second there, I thought I was going to survive. For a brief second. Definitely need to grab our body. Because... Oh, that reminds me. Actually. Ooh, I almost forgot. This is one of those points when you should spend your runes when you can. When we have them. It's also when we're going to do the spirit tuning side quest. You talk to her. You go talk to Haig or Hugh. You go talk to her again. I'm pretty much doing this all from memory. I don't actually have notes in front of me right now. Because it's changed so many times. I think you just have to talk to him one more time. And you should be able to just hit up the Grace, and then it's good to go. You can tell if she's gone from the fireplace.
Good to see you. Have you if I can help I'm as yet. And if there's I sir to Roderica.
Alright. So you're gonna give this guy 2 levels, what you can. Now let's do this again. Without dying. Still have 4 more things to grab before we go to... Let's try jumping without the horse. Fantastic. That's what you like to see. Anyways, yeah, we have 4 more things to grab. We're going to hit up a catacomb. Then we're going to make the longest run of this entire run. Or guide, whatever you want to call it. Then we're going to hit another catacomb. And then we're going to do a dungeon, all the way through. And then we're going to go fight the Margette. I'm going to do that all in under 40 minutes. Well, those balloons up there, if you shoot them down, they actually give you golden runes 6. Just food for thought. I don't remember these catacombs. They all seem the same to me. I kind of remember them as we get into them. So if it seems like I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing, it's because I don't actually remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I think we can do the flask stuff now, right? Get a charge. Boom. So now we have +4 and 4 extra flasks. Okay, I remember this one. This one I think there's 2 guys we gotta kill, and then we're just gonna TP out. Pretty sure there's another guy right here. He is actually the most scariest guy to me. Okay, done. I think that's it. Maybe there's another guy. Yeah, there's another guy. I lied. I forgot where I was. Using the glint blade is awesome. You just cast it and then run away until it hits them. You can swing at them if you want, but it works pretty well. Ah, yes, this is the one where we die. Literally just run down these stairs, make this quick U-turn. The item we want is right there in front of that big guy. That big guy's going to kill us as soon as we get it. You can punch him a little bit too if you want. But I'm okay with dying. I haven't figured out if it's faster to run from here or from here. So I've been doing it from here. Hasn't been so bad, but this is a good 5 minutes straight of just running. Actually, I'm only estimating. I will actually find out right now how long it is of actual just running. Yeah, they're no fun, but I mean, I intended to die by him, so it's okay. And until you get to the city sewers, whew, It's just littered with them, and they're even worse. I can tell from your silence that you're super excited about it. This. Alright. Time for the long run. It's pretty much a run of just avoid everything you see. We are actually running past the academy, so to see the academy from here, we're running farther than that. I think I mentioned this already, but the fastest I've completed this run is 1 hour and 19 minutes. And that was with a pretty sizable death.
Hello.
Oh. Who was that? I've never seen that happen before. I was curious, but gotta do the run. Have to check in on it another time. This girl wanted to talk to me. An hour and 19? Yeah, I mean, you get 4 extra flasks that are +4, +4 legendary ash, and a +4 weapon that's probably one of the best weapons in the game. Plus the meteorite staff and rock sling. But this run right here is by far the worst part of all of this. And by worst, I mean the most boring part. It seems to take forever and a day. But I can see it. Victory is in sight. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I never got to see her. I found Volcano Manor on my own. You know, Patches tries to trick you into going there. That was pretty spot on. It's about 5 minutes. And if you find Patches in an area, he tells you about those Iron Maidens that'll send you to the Volcano Manor, except he tells you that they're going to send you to the foot of the Erd Tree. And that's what we came here for. Smithing Stone 3. Now we want to go to Summon Water Village. Hand hurts from crab clawing. Alright. If you can believe it, I'm actually making great time right now. So there's another church up here we're stopping into. It's called the Smoldering Church. You want to enter it from the side as well. If you try to enter from the front, it will start an NPC bite. Yeah. He tells you about it. Exactly what I found. Except he says that it brings you to the Erd Tree and not to Volcano Manor, but it actually brings you to Volcano Manor. He's trying to trick you. Anyways, yeah. So grab that Grace. Run over here. We're going to make a hard left. We're going to run past a boss here. He is going to aggro. It can't be avoided. At least I have not been able to avoid it. It's okay though. When you run past him, do your best just to keep running. And then when you get to the door, you can avoid all of his attacks just by hitting the door. It's very easy to miss this door too. I have missed it already a couple times. So he's running towards me. It's okay. If you're really nervous, you can just hit the Grace. Alright, we'll reset him. This one I think we fight. This is the one I think we fight one guy. And that is it. Oh no, I lied. There is a second guy. I always forget about the second guy. The second guy is actually down here. So if you can like lock onto him, get like a heavy smash, that just beat him up. Yeah, there you go. You run down here, wait for a second at the foot for all these red goopy things to fall down. You're gonna run in, grab this, go up the stairwell, and then use your golden grace thing to get out. I'm gonna teleport to the Smoldering Church. Pretty much going to exit the same way that we did earlier, except we're going to go straight instead of making that hard left. That's Grace. I don't know why sometimes if you're at a wrong angle, it doesn't let you get off the mount fast enough. Whew. So usually when I do this tunnel, I actually fight all the enemies. This time, I don't think I'm actually going to fight all of them. There's only two items that there's three items we're getting from this tunnel, which is why this tunnel is amazing. The first one is this, the Somber Smithing Stone 2. Don't do that. Fantastic. I hadn't hit the Grace yet either, so I think I'm all the way at the The village. Didn't even give me the option for a Stake America. Oh no, I'm here. I did touch this grace. Okay. Fantastic. There's bound to be mishaps. I'm trying to be too fast. Need to slow down, breathe, relax. Got 16 minutes. I know, right? It's a big time penalty. Still not as bad as my last run, though. Okay. And normally I would take the time to fight the guy in this room, but I'm feeling brave. Or stupid. I don't know what you want to call it. Let's call it brave. Boom. And so those are the 2 items we need. The Smithing Stone 2 and 4. I'm pretty sure from here on out we can just run to the boss. Wait, get stuck on a rock. I should reset all the enemies. Alright. This boss can be tough. Just make sure you keep your distance and cast your good spell. And summon your buddy too. Yep. Take a flask. Take some mana. And then just start spamming. Did you? Wow, I deserve that. I got greedy. It's funny because every practice run I did, I didn't die to that guy once. Thing about the wolves, they're a little bit squishy. This is how the fight should look. Jeez. Well, you can return to the entrance. There is an exit like just out around the corner too. Basically, I'm gonna go back to the round table hold. And we're gonna upgrade the katana as well as our guy.
Greetings, are you here for...
Well, I took you no matter out your arms.
Have hopefully it's enough. Perfect. Look at that. It's almost like I planned it. Alright, let me just go to Stormhill Shack and we go beat up Margette. And when you're coming up here, kind of stay to the left. I got blown off my horse one of my runs for whatever reason. Usually I just hit this grace and then run right into the boss. If you can get Rajir on your way, it's perfect. As always, beginning of the fight, start dodging. He will be aggro on you to start. Just find a good place to chill while he's dealing with all that, and then start spamming your spells. And done. Easy. Didn't even have to pull up the katana. Usually how I've been timing this is once I touch this grace, I go to here, boom, 109. So yeah, an hour and 10 minutes, pretty much. And that's with dying a couple times to needless things. Like I said, that gives you 8 flasks total. So you start with 4, so it gives you 4 more. It gives you the Wondrous Physic with a few tiers to work with. It gives you Meteorite Staff, plus 4 Katana, as well as the plus 4 Ludo the Headless. It's not a bad start. It's a pretty fun run. This is now my 4th time doing it in 2 days, and I still wasn't bored of doing it. Trying it with the Samurai, lets you not have to worry about getting the Morning Star, so you can work a route around that. And skip that whole area at first, like the Weeping Peninsula. The only thing is you do need to make the run kind of towards it to get a gold pickle foulfoot, unless you know a better place to get one. If you don't get it, you lose out on about 30,000 runes. The Astrologer is pretty much the same thing as the Prisoner. The first run I did with the Astrologer, I actually didn't go for Moonveil, the katana. I went for like 30 intellect and then a bunch of vigor. It made the fight really easy, like the Roxing, the Marjet fight, but it leaves you without a good melee weapon. Like I said, Moonveil is pretty epic. Like, I used it right till the end of the game. In fact, I started out as a caster for like 80 hours of my playthrough, and then the last 20, I ended up doing mostly melee because of Moonveil. Yeah. Thanks for tuning into my stream. I hope it was informative. Next week I will be streaming Tuesday morning at 9, back to the regular schedule, and I will be streaming Erica, and you will be seeing James later this week, and me and James on Friday, as always. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.